Okay, I'm just making another appearance on my YouTube channel. In a few of my rare appearances of being on my own YouTube channel from my room, I said that I was a fan of WWE, and I mentioned which one of the wrestlers that I'm a fan of. I mentioned that I was a fan of The Rock. So, with that being said, this video is pretty much like a shout out to The Rock, and I want to show how much I am of a fan of The Rock. So, with that being said, this is definitely going to take a while, but I intend to try to make it fun. This is what started my collection of Dwayne The Rock Johnson DVDs. So this is one of them. And just for fun, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. This is all. This is a 3 disc set of wrestling and interviews. I mean, this is what I enjoy watching from time to time. So this is one. So I'll just put this on off to the side. Better yet, I'll put it on my bed. So excuse me. Okay. Here's another one. It also has three. It's also a 3 disc. Uh, a 3 disc set. More wrestling. On second thought, I'll just put it off to the side. Yeah. I've watched this one a lot since I was in high school, which has been a while. The Scorpion King. If there ever was a time that I ever got to meet and chat with The Rock, I would ask him how tough was it to remember his lines when he saw how pretty she is. She's a nice looking actress. I also seen her do a TV series called Martial Law, where she portrayed a butt kicking policeman, or policewoman, I should say. And she was pretty good at it. I'm sure I'd forget my lines over how nice she looks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, let's see here. Oh, yeah. This was a good one. Black Adam. I've watched it. I've watched this one a couple of times. The best way I know how to describe his character in this movie is like his his character is like a combination of what it would look like if you were to cross Superman with the Sith Lord Darth Sidious or Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. And I can definitely say as a shout out to the actor himself that if he ever were to see this video, I do hope that he does a sequel to this. I'd like to see a second Black Adam movie. Oh, yeah. Jumanji. I really enjoyed this one. It may be a little bit ornery, but it's got a lot of humor to it. When The Rock does funny movies, he really has a sense of humor that can crack anybody up. This was like an upgraded version of the Jumanji movie that Robin Williams did. But I'd say both versions are pretty good. Jumanji. Yeah. For this one, it wasn't so long ago that The Rock did this one. Moana. I really enjoyed this one. And I can definitely say that The Rock is a much better singer than I am, but I always enjoyed that song that he sang that has the lyrics. What can I say? You're welcome. I mean, this is pretty good. And speaking of Moana, it wasn't so long ago that The Rock decided to do another Moana, which leads up to this. Moana 2. It wasn't too bad. He plays the same. He comes back to play the same character again. A different, a different song that he sings, but still has that singing talent. This, my mom and I watched this a couple of times. I even watched it with my brother and my sister a couple of times. It still has humor to it, like the first one. And if The Rock were to see this video, I ask him this question. Will there be a Moana 3? Oh, yeah. Jungle Cruise. The Rock was pretty good on this one. The best way I know how to describe this one is that it's kind of like it's kind of like it's, I mean, something like the Pirates of the Caribbean movie or movies because it has some resemblance to that. I wonder what it would look like if The Rock and Johnny Depp were to get together and to do a movie together. I wonder what that would look like. The Rock and Johnny Depp. I bet there would be some humor on that one. The Mummy Returns. Now, The Rock wasn't really seen much in this movie, but he was in it. I do say that there were some scenes in this movie that just really gave me the creeps, but I still watch it from time to time, as long as they're making DVDs and not relying on internet streaming. I can definitely say that internet streaming, using internet to watch TV shows or movies, it may be neat in a way, but it's causing people to miss out on buying DVDs so that they can only pay for it just once, but watch it more than once. The Mummy Returns. Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed this one. The Tooth Fairy. You can tell by the looks how big The Rock is. No wonder other wrestlers had a hard time getting back up after they would be on the receiving end of a rock bottom from The Rock. This movie was hilarious. Yeah. Hercules. This is The Rock's portrayal of, as the title of the movie, Hercules. It's definitely got a lot of action to it. Definitely an adult movie. I would not recommend this for kids, sadly. But it's still a good movie to say the least. I just wonder if The Rock would ever do a second Hercules movie. Yeah. Baywatch. When I was growing up, I grew up watching the series Baywatch that had David Hasselhoff from the series Knight Rider. And that series wasn't too bad. And this movie really isn't too bad, even though it's got a lot of orneriness. And like I said, based on the other movie that I just showed in this video, it's not really the best thing for kids to watch. Another adult oriented film. Because of the orneriness, but it's still got some resemblances to the original Baywatch. And it has the same theme as well. So therefore, Baywatch. I wonder if The Rock will ever do a second Baywatch. Oh, yeah. Race to Witch Mountain. In this movie, The Rock portrays a taxi cab driver. When he meets these two individuals that are shown there, he he has no idea that they were actually aliens being hunted by the government, and The Rock, or The Rock's character, tries to help the two aliens that are disguised as two teenagers. There's some humor to it, and there's a lot of action to this one. I've watched this one a couple of times. Pretty good. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Young Rock. Now, this was a TV series. It's like a TV series version of an autobiography rolled into one. This lets us know what The Rock was like before he got into acting and wrestling. It shows what he was like when he was a kid growing up. And The Rock was in this series. Very entertaining and educational. And as I said, it lets you know what he was like growing up, what he went through as a kid growing up, and watching his dad wrestle. His dad, Rocky Johnson. I wish I could have seen how he wrestled, but that was before my time. I may have missed out on seeing his dad wrestle, but I'm glad I had the privilege to watch The Rock when he was wrestling. Central Intelligence. I could definitely say The Rock and Kevin Hart, they were pretty good as a comical pair. They were a little bit ornery, but they were still fun to watch. This was kind of like a detective or spy like type movie. And, and this movie also has outtakes, but if you can also find the outtakes on YouTube. Central Intelligence. A lot of humor to this, a little bit of orneriness, but hey, none of us are perfect. Last but not least, Journey to the Mysterious Island. I really enjoyed this one. The Rock displays a lot of humor in that, and his ability to make some dandy one-liners, especially to the other guy, not the kid, but the older guy that's flying around on big bees. And what a one-liner The Rock really delivers in that scene. It's hilarious. Now, above it is the first Journey movie with Brendan Fraser from the Mummy movies, and the follow up was the second one, The Mysterious Island, or Journey to the Mysterious Island. So that's it right there. That is my DVD collection of The Rock. I guess you can say, based on his wording, that I am one of the millions and millions of The Rock's fans. Now, before I sign off, I want to say some more things about the previous videos I did where you see me talking. I want to explain a few more hobbies that I have. I like writing. I forgot to mention that. And I already mentioned about the bingo thing. In case if in case I wasn't too specific about someday hopefully meeting a girl to play bingo with, I want to make sure that she's single and not married. I'm not trying to blow up another couple's um, union, meaning I'm not trying to break up anybody. I will never do that. And she has to be close to my age, or maybe at best, maybe in her 30s, and single, because I know I'm not a spring chicken. I'm a middle aged guy. I'm in my middle 40s. But when it comes to relationships with a with an adult girl, and I do mean an adult girl, that I have good guy qualities. I know how to be faithful and honest. And I already mentioned the address and hours of where we play bingo and when we play bingo and on what days that we do the bingo. or we could do the bingo. And through my Star Wars oriented postings, I guess you could say that I made it obvious that I enjoy Star Wars. I've already posted 2 games worth, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, and Jedi Knight 3, Jedi Academy. I beat those games. I do have a life outside of video gaming or internet. I work the property that I inherited. I am now the new owner of the property and house that I live on as well as live in. And of course, it's obvious how I inherited and became the new owner of this place and property due to the sad way of losing my parents. Both my parents passed away and I miss them, but that's how life is. That eventually at some point when you're growing up or getting older, you're gonna lose people in a sad way, and that's heartbreaking. When it comes to a relationship, I keep my interactions with people positive. I'm honest and I'm truthful. I do not intend to mislead anybody or be dishonest because that's not my thing. And as far as the idea of a girl and I having a relationship together, she does not have to worry about me being unfaithful. I will never cheat. Now, from time to time, I may have had a few chats with a few girls online, and I've made sure that I'm being positive about that. I'm not doing anything bad. But the thing is that I find frustrating is they're always asking me to send them gift cards, and I don't do gift cards. Now, in reference to the bingo that I just mentioned, I mentioned the place where I play bingo. It's at a library in West Alexander, and the address is 130 Main Street in West Alexander. And it's through my YouTube picture, as well as this video, that you can see how I look, and that'll be the biggest way to recognize me. So I figure other than that, that's pretty much all I can say is that based on another reference to that playlist that I called Clarification and Truth, there's one last thing about that I forgot to mention, and that is that in the process of explaining the truth about certain people that we used to know or went to school with, that there are times that when you're explaining the truth about other people, the truth is not always going to come out very colorful, such as the truth about the individuals that I mentioned. The truth about them is not going to be as colorful as the fall videos that I did, or that winter sunset video that I did. But unfortunately, that's how it is, that there are times that when you're explaining the truth about others, the truth about people isn't always going to sound great. We have no control over that. I wish I could have said that more plainly before, but unfortunately, that's how it is. But I've been pretty truthful about myself. I'm a straight guy. I never had a beer, never smoked cigarettes, never done the drugs, because that will just lead you into ruination or just speed yourself to the grave. Someday we're all going to be going to the grave, but it does not do any good to speed up the process. So with that being said, I will end this video here. I'll end this video here, but before I go, it strikes me odd that this video, or my previous video, only had about 8 or 9 views and hardly any comments. Well, no comments at all, at least not yet. But yet, when I did a video explaining how I felt about Donald Trump being back in the White House, that video had well over 1,000 views, and it had some comments. Some comments were good, and some comments were not all that nice. If this video has any comments, I ask to keep the comments positive and not to be criticizing me over what I said or how I acted, because I don't enjoy rude comments. I don't like rude comments. If people feel that they cannot post a positive comment, then just don't comment. So with that being said, bye for now.